On to you Libras, you Libras actually have the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So what's going on here for you Libras is y'all are in a place where you left somebody. Okay, of course you did leave someone. You're not with them. Queen of, okay, you're focusing on what you got to do, right? You don't have any significant other in your life. And the Queen of Pentacles, you're focusing on what you Libras got to do. Everything is clear. You know exactly what you have to do. One of the benefits of not having anybody, it's up to you. It begins and ends with you, right? And you Libras understand that. You're doing your thing. And you Libras are focusing on what you got to do. So good on you. And then you have the Six of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. This person, now they see, once again, here they are again, another attempt to get back with you because you don't want to have anything to do with them. And they worn out their value. Yeah. They're not actually giving any value to you. They didn't really bring any value to you. And you Libras were essentially giving a lot. You Libras were essentially giving a lot. And so you were really going to build a relationship with them, not around them, but with them. They didn't want that. They were focused on trying to have you jump through hoops. And obviously you Libras are not with all of that, because it came to a point where, once again, how much are you willing to put up with, right? It basically went through your emotional budget. How much exactly are you Libras willing to put up? And serious business. How much are you willing to put up with, right? It's like, you Libras were trying to build a relationship with them, right? They didn't want that. And so what exactly is really happening here, right? Now, all of a sudden, it's like now they want to be in a relationship with you. They want to come back. They see your value and everything. But again, why is it that some people realize this way too late, where they can't actually do anything about that? The ego, right? The ego blinds you from seeing things, right? And so that's essentially what's happening with this person, to get to the point. That's what's happening with them. The Ace of Pentacles, right? The treasure trove. They understand that the relationship is the prize, right? And so, again, how come they wasn't talking that stuff when you Libras wanted to be with them in the first place, right? And the reason why they do that is because they don't really bring a whole lot of value to the relationship. And they know that they don't. So what they'll do is that they'll try to play all kind of games, because clearly you have a lot of value. And so this is why it is that I was telling you Libras, it's not what you think. It's not what you think, right? A lot of y'all catching all kind of situations and stuff like this. Y'all are having all kind of resistance. And part of the reason why you Libras are having resistance, or you have had that, is any of the zodiac signs who come here, is because you didn't really understand it. You didn't really understand that that's how it actually is, right? The people who bring a whole lot of value, they more than likely a lot of the times deal with all types of dysfunctions from somebody else, because those people who are bringing the dysfunction know that they don't really bring a whole lot of value like that. And so they got to create an obstacle. They got to make distance. They got to create all kinds of different scenarios and situations and stuff like this to get the person who has value, in this case you Libras, to chase after them, right? And the thing is that, once again, real talk, it's not what you think it is. You thinking, right, when you wet behind the ears and you don't know what's going on, you thinking to yourself, why is this person giving me all kind of situations? Why? Person is, I'm not really having a good time around this person. I'm just seem like everything is just something. That's why. And so now you have the Six of Swords. once again, this person is trying to come back, right? And the Seven of Wands, but you don't want them back. You telling them no. They may have reached out. They may have like came over. It gets like that sometimes. I ain't even gonna lie. I've had people who I ain't really want to rock with like that come over, and so, or knock on my door. And so that's the situation. A lot of you Libras are really in a place where the situation for you Libras is that's what you Libras got going on. Y'all don't want anything to do with them. But again, right, the Chariot, you're not going to disrespect them. You're not going to call them names. You're not going to get out of pocket. You're giving them the cold shoulder. You don't want anything to do with them. And it's like they just not hearing it, it's not getting wild. It's not getting like to a point where that, but it's just like they're just coming back, trying to reach out, just being a bug in your ear. You know what I mean? And like for you Libras, a lot of you are just like, why? Like, why would you want to be like, right? Once again, like they don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that's just how things play out. Like you're not always going to get that sometimes, especially when you want to be, not you, but especially when they want to be intellectually dishonest. This is what happens. They take L's, right? Or unless they learn their lessons, right? It's not always about, about you. A person is always going to take a L. Sometimes it really is about learning from that. And they're not learning because they don't even realize to at least give you space for you to even like relax. And then if you come around and decide that you want to reach out to them ever again, and if they don't have anybody and they're still willing to allow you back, then okay. They don't even respect your personal space because, once again, the Ace of Pentacles is the crux of this. They understand now what it is that they lost. They understand this could have been a good relationship, and so the situation with that is the World card and the Queen of Cups for you Libras. Once again, for you have a whole plethora of people that you could meet. You have a group, you have other people that you can kick it with. You're single. So now it's like, okay, you could speak to whomever you want to hang out with. You get to speak to and kick it with and engage with anyone that you want to. You know what I mean? Like, because of that fact, you're free, but they're still caught with this mentality of like, how come you Libras, da 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 da. But again, like, you were the ones that was still, you were trying to, again, like, this is the stupidity. Like, you were trying to make a relationship. They didn't want to hear that. They didn't want things, they didn't want to hear that, or whatever the case may be, right? They didn't want to hear that. So because they didn't want to hear that or whatever, they're dealing with the consequences of it. And so let's clarify some of these cards. There's nothing, there's nothing that they can do to get you Libras to come back with them, right? Unless you decide that it's okay. Let's clarify the World card. You have the Ten of Wands, the King of Swords, Page of Swords, Two of Swords, and then you have the Magician. So, to clarify it for you, Libra, so, again, they just gave you, it was just too much. It was just too much being with them. Ten of Wands, King of Swords, Page of Swords, it was just too much being with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just too much distance. It was too much. Here you Libras go trying to like build something with them, and every single time you build a brick, you put it on the wall, it's supposed to dry. Before the brick dries, right? They take the brick off. throw it on the floor or whatnot. How are you supposed to build a house with them if they don't help you build it? Right? How are you supposed to do that? Well, you wasn't going to, right? Or what? And they made up excuses for it, right? They talking about how they're shy and all this other. I remember they're shy and all this goofy nonsense and all that. Nobody cares about how shy you are. Be shy with people whom you don't know and you don't trust. Don't be shy with a person whom you in a relationship with. What sense does that make? The person who's building the relationship with you, there for you, they're serious about you. That's the person that they want to be shy with. Get out of here with all of that nonsense. That doesn't make any sense. And it's stupid. And it's backwards. And so you have the Two of Swords and the Magician. Two of Swords and the Magician right here for you Libras represent how, but again, they Two of Swords says it all. They're ashamed. They don't want to really see that for what it is. Like, they understand what type of time it is. They understand they messed up badly with making this decision. And that the decision that they made really was stupid, because whatever ego they had, whatever it was, it didn't really do right by them. They not benefiting off of what they did. And they understand how serious it is, but it really is their loss. To clarify, the World card. Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Fool, the Nine of Wands, the Strength card, the Ace of Pentacles, and then you also have the Eight of Swords. To clarify the Ace of Pentacles for you. So the Fool, the Fool, the Nine of Wands, to clarify the Ace of Pentacles for you is, again, you don't have any emotional obligation to, you don't have a spiritual obligation to. You had at first, to a certain extent, when you actually was trying to show them that you like them. If they would have took you up on that offer and they were serious, then maybe you would have had an obligation, because now you got to actually really be real, and they have to be real too. No, you don't have to have that anymore. You owe them nothing. You don't have to do anything. You owe them nothing at all. And so now you have the Strength card, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords for you represents how a lot of you Libras are just doing your own thing, right? The Strength card is you don't want anything from them. You don't need to ask anything from them. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want to do anything, right? You're independent from them. Like, you're not a part of their life at all. You're not engaging with them. You're not doing any of that. And then the Ace of Pentacles here in this one, well, I'm not going to use that, but the Eight of Swords represents you're looking towards what you have now in your future and what you've got planned. So it's like, once again, they've played themselves because of the nonsense. So play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? But other than that, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. Set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Oh, I just remembered. Some people are saying that they've been subscribed to me for months, and then now they have the ability to leave a like on my videos. What's up with that, right? And then some of y'all, shout outs to y'all who being that committed. It's not me. I have nothing to do with that. Some of y'all saying that you got unsubscribed from the channel and you're an active participant to the channel. Shout outs to you again. I don't know what's up with that. Some of y'all are saying that in the comment section that, you haven't been able to, you've been sending comments in the comment section, but that I don't see it, and that I don't talk to you, and that I pick favorites. I don't have favorites. I do not pick favorites here. Have I built relationships and connections with people from this stuff? Yeah, but to say favorites, I don't have favorites. I'm not picking and choosing in that regard, right? Um, if I don't reach out to you, I honestly didn't see it. I'm not that type of person where I'm discriminating against you. I'm not. You know what I mean? So I honestly, heartfelt, I didn't see it. So the situation for you is that, just keep trying, and if I see it, I will most definitely talk back, right? Because I try to reach out to everyone that's sensible, not people who want to be on some dysfunctional stuff where they're intellectually dishonest, but I always try to show love right back to my subscribers. So if I didn't see a comment from you, if you've been subscribed to me, if you haven't, understand that that has absolutely nothing to do with me, because the show and prove, because it's actually, because it's doing me a favor for you to leave comments and likes. That's actually making my channel blow up and making me um higher in the algorithm, right? And raising my channel analytics. So it's actually doing me a favor. So there would be no real strategic reason for me to be like, oh, well, I'm gonna do this at all. So please stick with me. I'm literally one person doing everything. So that's it. Peace. If you want to come through and get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below. Peace.